than me, bigger than me.
Hey fam, what's up? This is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. Okay, this is, what is this? What blog is this? One Man Speaks Out or something like that, you know. I kind of want to apologize to my subscribers who may be watching this, and you're like, oh, I want you to sing, and I want you to be happy, and I want you to be this, you know. It's still me here, but I feel that I have to speak out about this, about the political process, about what I'm going through and the feelings that I'm getting at this time. You know, after the election, it'll all get back to the fun, hopefully, and games and all that different stuff. But I feel that it's so important, this election, because there's so many things going on, you know, with the market crash and with us being in Iraq and Afghanistan and oh my God, so many, Pakistan and so many other places. And the choices, okay, for one, the first thing I've got is I've been reading a lot of good stuff, and again, my friends have been sending me stuff. We've been having a lot of conversations about what's going on. I actually went to Vice Presidential Debate Watch in Harlem, and it was very nice. It was very friendly. It was like family there, and it was wonderful. We had a short discussion afterwards. It was very nice. I want to talk about, one thing here I wanted to talk about was there's an advisory going out, another advisory about what's going on and why some people might be turned away from the polls. And we want to get the word out that if you are wearing any kind of Obama hat, button, shirt, jacket, if you have a jacket, anything that's showing, it's against most state laws, that you cannot, advertise, or you cannot, campaign. You can't campaign within so many feet of the polls. So some people will try to go to the polls and they'll have on their support out where, you know, whatever, you can't do it. If you have on a t-shirt or something, make sure you have on a jacket so you can zip up before you go to the polling place. If you have on a hat, take it off and tuck it somewhere. If you have buttons and stuff, like, make sure they're covered, or take them off when you're in the polling place or when you're walking into the polling place before you get to the polling place, because they will turn you away. And it is legal, and you can get upset all you want to, but tell people that they will turn you away. I'm sure they're counting on some people, and McCain people also, they're counting on some people coming there, go all out of their way. They got only so much time, and they've got their stuff all showing, and they get turned away, and they don't go home to change or whatever, take off a shirt or whatever, and vote, so they don't end up having their vote cast. So don't get upset. Just make sure that you know what's going on. Again, I'm posting sites on my video. If you have friends who have questions, or if you have questions, there's so many sites. There's moveon.org. There's I don't know, I can't think of all of them right now, but there are many posted here and on my other political videos. One of the things I was thinking about personally was, you know, I hear so much about the middle class. And it really gets on my nerve that they don't talk about the poor people, the working class. You know, now and then you'll hear the working class. But what about poor people? I mean, some of us really care about, and I do put myself, because I feel like if you're making less than like $40,000 a year, then you're poor. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, in this day and age with the way things cost, you're poor. So there's between I think Joe Biden said during the vice presidential debate that there were like 100,000 middle class, and even if there's 300,000 middle class and 5% of the population is wealthy, I mean, that's less than 1 million people. And how many are we here in this country? We're over 305 million strong in America. So that means probably around, 250 million people are poor or working class. And you never hear about the working class. You never hear about the poor when they're talking about the elections, because they're like, and I really believe this, they're like, oh, the poor don't vote. They don't care. They don't pay this any attention. And I believe a lot of times that's true. I read an article saying that, the middle class was going to decide this election. And I was like, with maybe about 300,000 people in the United States in the middle class, how in the hell is the middle class going to decide the election? If there are over 250 million poor people and the middle class is going to decide the election, that sounds kind of strange and off to me. And I think sometimes, I was talking to different friends about it, and they say, well, sometimes Poor people don't have the chance to find out about what's going on, to get the issues, to go out and vote. Sometimes they don't have time. They got kids, they got family, and they don't even care about going out to vote. And I have heard so many people say, "Oh, I don't care about that. That doesn't affect me." And well, it's not going to change anything anyway. I look at it this way: the majority of people think that, hey, it's the minority who are controlling everything anyway. And if nobody's voting but that minority, then who is controlling everything? Of course, the minority, because they're the ones getting involved. They're the ones finding out the issue. They're not voting for you and me. They're voting for themselves. They're voting for what they care about, what they want out of their government. I'm voting for what I want under my government. If you're poor, if you're making under $40,000 a year, and you want what you want, you want to vote for the person that you want to vote for because you think they're going to give you what you need out of your life and out of your taxes, then you need to go down and vote. Because then if the majority of us who have less and want more are getting into this, then hopefully we can actually sway the vote, and we can be the ones that the politicians are looking to pander to, because they naturally pander to the rich. They pander to the middle class. They don't pander to the poor. They don't care. They don't vote. They're ignorant. Some of them can't read. They're too busy. They don't pay this any attention. So why should we worry about them? And I believe in my heart that's a part of that. And it needs to change, because if we can get involved and we can really sway things, then maybe we can get some of what we need out of this. So we need to get out there and we need to think about these things, and we need to vote for these things, and we need to find the people who are advocating for us and putting them into office and making sure that they stay there and that they're doing what they need. So many people have said to me, "Oh, yeah, I'm not going to vote because, I really don't care. Oh, you should read this book because it says that it really doesn't matter. And our system is..." We are in what is this? 300-year-old experiment in America. And it hasn't gone so badly. Most people look to our country. Yes, they do look to us sort of as a beacon of light, as kind of what could be in their countries. So many people come here because they do still feel like that America is someplace where you can come with nothing and you can make your dreams come true. You can become rich and famous. You can have a good job and raise your kids and have free education, and all these great things. So we are still a beacon of light. We are falling behind a little bit, though, I believe. And we need to get back on track. And I believe that the current administration does not care. There's been cuts in healthcare. There's been cuts in the arts. There's been cuts in the scientific field. There have been so many cuts in so many things. And for what? So that we can pay for more war. So another thing that really bothers me, oh God, I was on Twitter, and I was in the room, there's like a debate room, people are kind of talking, and during debates you can look and people are talking about, oh, this happened, and I really enjoyed making fun of some things that happened during the presidential debate, but I saw so many people that were just ripping the candidates down, either one or the other, depending on who they were for. And it just makes me think that this country is supposed to be, we're supposed to be one country under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Not for some, but for all. And I think sometimes the election gets to be so much of a competition that we lose our sportsmanship. We start to rip each other down and tear each other apart, to so much of an extent that we cannot mend those rifts over whatever period of time that we need to in order to come back together. I love my country, a place where we can all come and be together. We can be who we are and still grow within the greater consciousness. Hopefully, we will get past the point where we need to rip someone down in order to build someone else up. Okay. Be blessed.